Are you looking for the best candidate for our great country? Well, look no further, for the mitochondria is the best organelle for the job. Here's why. The most prominent roles for mitochondria are to produce the energy currency of the cell, ATP, through respiration and to regulate cellular metabolism. The central set of reactions involved in ATP production are collectively known as the citric acid cycle or the Krebs cycle. The mitochondria are responsible for the energizing and metabolizing the cell. The mitochondria are found in the cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells. They vary considerably in shape and size, but are all composed of 4 compartments: a smooth outer membrane, a convoluted inner membrane that forms recognizable structures called cristae, the intermembrane space, and the matrix. Systems as great as this are just one of the things that mitochondria would help to create within our great country as president, with many more amazing systems as good as its own to come. It is important to point out that muscle cells have a very high concentration of mitochondria that produce ATP. Your muscle cells need a lot of energy to keep your body moving. When your cells don't get enough oxygen, they do not make a lot of ATP. You can trust this organelle to run both your country and the synthesis of ATP. Mitochondria are organelles found in the cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of cells. Their function is to convert energy found in nutrient molecules into stored in high-energy phosphate bonds in a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, which is the universal energy-yielding component necessary for the reactions that regulate many fundamental cellular processes. The mitochondria also has an electron transport system, which sets up an electrochemical gradient across the inner mitochondrial membrane, which provides the energy for ATP synthesis. Therefore, the function of this chain is to permit the controlled release of free energy to drive the synthesis of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate. Mitochondria contain their own DNA, and each cell contains several hundred mitochondria and thousands of copies of the mitochondrial genome. This is what truly makes the mitochondria stand above the rest. After all, it already can do the same job as some other important organelles. Why else would you want it? After all, it does everything. The nucleus is simply not fit for the job. It can cause problems that occur during the process of gene transcription that result in horrible mutations that ruin a person's life or even cause cancer. Isn't it obvious as to why it shouldn't lead? Another terrible candidate is the Golgi ER. The ER is known for failing to transport necessary proteins to locations that they are needed, which can lead to disorders such as proximal spinal muscular atrophy and Alzheimer's. These organelles would simply lead us to ruin. And finally, there's one of the worst candidates, the lysosomes and peroxisomes. If a defect occurs in the lysosomes, metabolic disorders like hyperglycemia will most likely occur along with becoming ill. Do you really want a leader that can take down an entire process with just one mistake? I know I wouldn't, and neither would you. So remember, the next time you are thinking about who you want for your president, remember us, the mitochondria. Metabolize and energize.